Today, I'm going to give you a tour of my online classroom, which is powered by a platform that I'm really enjoying called Mighty Networks. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Verbal to Visual. I'm your host, Doug Neill, and a few weeks back, I completed a full transition of all of my online courses and a relaunched community, which I used to host within my own WordPress site. But after learning about this platform called Mighty Networks, I decided that would be a better place for me to create a more engaging online learning experience. So today I'd like to take you on a tour of that environment, specifically the one that I've created for folks that are developing their sketchnoting skills, incorporating more visuals and hand sketch diagrams into their note-taking and problem-solving process. Let's take a look. So at first, there can be a lot going on in this environment, and I think it's helpful to think about three different levels. There are certain things going on at the network level. My network is called Verbal to Visual, but then there's also the courses level and the groups level. The courses level is probably self-explanatory. This is where online courses live. I'll show you those in a second. The groups level is where I'm hosting a community branch to Verbal to Visual, and I will show you the details of that as well. But I think it's most helpful to start at the network level here, because anyone who signs up for an individual course or chooses to join the Verbal to Visual community, all those people become part of this one big network of Verbal to Visual. And that's relevant because there are kind of some bonus resources within this environment that I've created for the folks who have bought a course of mine or are a part of that community. I offer free one-on-one coaching calls. I'm starting a new video series called Sketch Note Breakdown that folks here get to participate in. I'm also starting to have watch parties when I release a new video on YouTube, and coming soon, listen parties for new podcast episodes that are connected to those coaching calls. So from this homepage here, folks will see all of the activities related to those four topics, but they'll also see activities related to any of the courses that they're signed up for or the groups that they're a part of. So this home feed here is where everything that you're a part of shows up. In this case, I'm seeing information here related to a live Q&A session that's happening later today, connected to the course and introduction to visual note-taking. You can also see a watch party that I've just set up for a video that's going to go live tomorrow. I've set up some featured articles here just to help people get to know this space and navigate it a little bit. This here is a prompt that's part of the Verbal to Visual community. We've got a regular weekly calendar of events connected to that community branch, which I've shared in a previous video. So that's the nice thing about this kind of primary activity feed here. It shows you all of the things that are relevant to you, but it can also be helpful to kind of dig in either to an individual course or the group that you're a part of. Let's take a look at courses first. From this main courses page, it shows you all of the online courses that I've created here. It will show you both the course or courses that you've signed up for, and also if you don't have one but would like to purchase one, this is where you can do that as well once you're inside this environment. Let me actually hop over to a test account that I created using my dog Murphy as an example. I think I only have Murphy signed up for the intro course, which I can view, or I can take a look at these other courses and sign up for those individually. Let's stick with Murphy here and actually view this course. So you'll notice that there was a little bit of a color change going from the main network to this course. That's one of the ways in which you can kind of differentiate between the different environments here, kind of the different levels of this network. And what I've done, hopping back over to my main account, all of these courses are color coded. So sketchnoting in the classroom has this red tone to it. How to make sketchnote videos is gray. So my hope is that with that kind of color coding, it makes it easier for you to know where exactly you are within this learning environment. Hopping back over to Murphy's account, within the intro course here, you'll see that each course has its own activity feed as well, where you'll see events related to this course. If folks are posting their work or commenting on lessons, you can see that here as well. Below that, you'll see the table of contents for all of the course materials. This is how you actually work through the course in a step-by-step manner. And you can check off the ones that you've completed. Here's what an individual lesson looks like. You can watch the video, check out the follow-up activities, see the final sketch note from each lesson. I've also included topics similar to those topics you saw at the network level for things like coaching calls and sketch note breakdown and watch parties. Each course also has its own set of topics, which give you a great place to share your work and ask questions related to what you're learning in a specific course. So here are those topics for the intro course. There's a getting started topic, and then these topics connected to the different modules within this course. As you work through those lessons, you also will notice you can mark a given lesson as complete. There's also a comment section below each lesson if you want to share your thoughts there. So I think the overall flow moving from one lesson to the next is a bit smoother than in the previous location that I used. You'll also notice that there's a member section where you can check out the other folks that are part of this network overall and specifically taking the same course that you're taking. You can even see how far along other folks are within that course. And when you sign up, you can choose whether or not you want to add a profile image and share your general location. That can be a helpful thing if you decide you'd like to connect with other folks in your area around the subjects that you're learning, but that is not a requirement. And you can even see who's online right now. That's fun to see because it shows you that there are also other people around the world exploring these same materials that you are right now. And you'll also see this event section within this intro course where you'll see the Q&A webinar that's happening later today. So here you see only the events connected to this course, An Introduction to Visual Note Taking. But if you go back to the network and look at the events on a network level, you'll see all the events that are connected to the courses you're a part of and the things here going on at the network level. Next, let's take a look at the single group that I've set up here, the Verbal to Visual community. This community is for folks who've decided to go all in on their sketchnoting skills. And within this welcome article here, I kind of let you know how things run. And specifically within this community, the types of activities going on, always connected to a particular monthly theme, how we've got a monthly mastermind, a chance to connect live each month, and the weekly activities that we've got going on. Question of the week on Monday, sketchnoting prompt on Wednesday, community roundup on Friday, a place for you to share your sketch notes and ask questions. So when we kind of scroll through the feed of what's going on within the community here, you'll see that just today I posted the second sketchnoting prompt, this one connected to food within the monthly theme of Build Your Visual Vocabulary. The question of the week that I posted on Monday about where you store your visual vocabulary. There's some pretty cool poll features within Mighty Networks here. Previous week's prompt, a replay of our very first mastermind event, and to find your way to any specific one of those things, we've got these topics within the community. A place for Q&A, a place for you to share your sketch notes, and then a topic for each of those weekly recurring things so that you can dig back in and check out the previous questions and folks' responses, see previous sketchnoting prompts and what other people have sketched out and shared in response to those prompts, and watch the replays of the monthly masterminds. So this community is great for folks who want to tap into that ongoing skill development, maybe after you've taken a course. And it's geared for those folks who really want to master this skill. So what makes this platform really exciting for me, and I hope really enjoyable for you, is that blend of course elements with all of those instructional materials and the organization of them, but then community elements as well, where folks can share who they are and what they're up to. And it's easy for you to connect directly with those folks so that you can go through this journey of a specific course or on your way toward mastering this skill. You can go through that journey alongside other people and right alongside me as well. So if you like what you see here and want to join us within this learning environment, all about developing and using your sketchnoting skills, then check out the link to the network homepage, which I've shared down below, in which I will show you right here. I'll let you know a little bit about how I think of sketchnoting as a creative superpower, a little bit about my background, how this is my online classroom. By the way, there's a great app for your phone or tablet, iOS and Android. And then the membership plans for joining. You can start by picking up an individual course or joining that community. There's a monthly plan and an annual one. Also, keep an eye out for these course bundles that I've put together if you want to pick up a few courses at once at a discount. You can see all of those here if you scroll through them. There's the annual plan for the community. Also keep in mind that I will continue sharing new videos and soon podcast episodes at verbaltovisual.com, which is also where you can browse the courses that are available, which will take you to those plans that I just showed you there, and where you can learn a little bit more about the things that are going on within the community. So I hope that gives you a good sense for what's going on inside the learning environment that I've created within Verbal to Visual's Mighty Network. Again, I've shared a link to that down below. And I've also shared a link to Mighty Networks if you're interested in creating your own community and or courses. As I've mentioned in this video and the last couple of videos, I've really been enjoying that platform. I feel like I should point out that they are not sponsoring this video. However, that link to Mighty Networks below is an affiliate link, which means that if you follow it and sign up, I will get a commission, but it doesn't cost you anymore. So do check that out. I think there's a lot of cool things going on within Mighty Networks in general and within the specific network that I've set up. So I'd love to see you inside there. If you've got any questions about everything I just showed you, feel free to drop them in a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Till then.